Hi folks, I hope everybody's doing good. Today I'm going to show you guys the Buck 532 midlock. It's actually called the Bucklock. I first seen this on Hobie on YouTube's channel, so I'm going to give him all the credit. He actually breaks down this knife and the Buck company really good. So I'm going to leave the link in the description box to the video. Buck is a family-owned business here in America. For those that don't know, I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with Buck knives. As you can see right there on the block, you got the famous Buck 110 that I think every collector has one or should have one. And even if you're not a collector, that's a good knife to have around the house. It's a little bit heavy, but she's a classic. But anyway, before we take a look at the knife, let's do a little spin around the block here. And we'll start over here. And I still got these out because right there is 3 generations of the 7 generations of Bulldog knives. And I found a first generation Barlow. That'll be here any day now, and I'm telling you guys, it's a winner. It's a winner. So I'll be showing that pretty soon. Of course, the Camillus GI knife up on top of the Toad sticker box. And over here is something new. This is the famous Jim Parker's collaboration with Seizo Mae, a custom knife maker from Japan. I know I just hacked the pronunciation of that up, but that's a pretty cool knife. We'll be showing that. It's just a little 3-inch lock blade, but you can see the Japanese styling, real stag. So we'll run over that one day. In the back there is the Voos USA and the Victorinox Tinker. And let's go right in front here. My 2 favorite lock blades of all time, the Buck 110 and the Puma 4-star. And in the back here, I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with Canal Street cutlery. And if they are, they may not have known that Canal Street also makes fixed blades. And that's called a D-handled Bowie. As you can see, the handle's in the shape of a D with a beautiful brown micarta. I'll show that, do a review on that one day. Up top is the big John Henry Shatton Morgan large clasp, which is always a beauty. And I still, to this day, have not found another one. I've seen a few of the autos, but I have never seen another knife like that. So that kind of makes me happy that it's that rare. And over there is a Shatton Morgan mini Coke bottle in that beautiful honey bone. And we'll run across these Barlows real quick. Get this out of the way. Got the Case Barlow. There's the Canal Street Barlow. Canal Street Cutlery. A Winchester. A Schrade. And a GEC. Now, before I show you the Buck, there's this one thing. See, Canal Street's known for recessing their tangs on their pocket knives. See how the tangs are recessed there? Which takes a lot more skill and effort to do that. It's more time consuming. But I had just shown this Schrade Heritage Barlow, and check it out. It's recessed. I didn't even notice that the first time around. As you'll notice, most pocket knives and Barlows, the tang will be sticking up. In fact, even the GEC Didn't bother to recess theirs, though it's recessed a little bit, but still sticks out. All right, well, let's get to business with the buck. Like I said, Hobie on YouTube's channel breaks this down really good. I'm just going to kind of give you guys a quick look at it. First, let's take a look at the box. Here is the part number 0532BL, which I imagine is blue. I really don't know what the SSH-B is, but there's your famous buck yellow box, made in the USA. So let's pull it out. Slide her right on out here. And is that a beauty or what? Thank you, Hobie, for opening my eyes to this one. A friend of mine also picked one of these up, and he likes it so much, he's scared to use it. And he says, well, he's probably not scared to use it. It's just so nice that he wants to keep it with his collection. I bought this to use because I used to carry the big old Buck 110 when I was younger for quite a while. And I've been kind of looking for a buck knife to carry that isn't as big. And as you'll see, we'll get a little measurement here. See if we can slide this back a little bit. Got to get this Parker out of the way. Let's see if we can get some measurements. As you'll see, it's about a little over 7 inches long, opened up. But the handle is much larger compared to the blade, or in relationship to the blade. It's about 4 1/4 inches, whereas the blade is not even quite 3 inches. About 2 3/4, but you have that extended tang, so it's only like about a 2 1/4 inch cutting edge. But once I show you this in the hand, you guys will see it can be a workhorse. This also has kind of like the hunter shape, where it's kind of a D shape, C shape with the little swell there to kind of keep your hand secure. And from watching Hobie's video, this is supposedly Dymondwood, which is kind of a birch, I guess. And it's called Indigo Blue. Is that beautiful, you guys, or what? And this is a buck knife without the with the recognizable brass bolsters. Bolster and cap, nickel silver. Take a look at that blade shape. I guess they call it a drop point, but it's kind of looks like a hybrid drop point, clip point kind of deal going on. Has a lot of belly on it. Very sleek, hollow grind. And it has the custom, well, we'll take a look at the tang markings in a minute. Looks like kind of like this angle better. Let's flip this over to the pile side and see what kind of piece of wood they gave me there. Another very nice piece. Just a well done knife. They've been building quality knives for a long, long time. In fact, if you don't abuse them. They should last you a lifetime. My very first Buck 110, I broke the tip off. And that's only because I was young and being an idiot and trying to stick it in a tree. And it did stick in the tree, but the weight of the knife just kind of snapped. The force as it hit the tree snapped the tip off. Needless to say, I was kind of bummed out because it was like early on our camping trip. And I had a Buck 10 with a snub nose. Okay, let's there's some other features on this. It's a filed back spring, although it's probably done on a CNC machine. I looked real close. Oops, I almost took a wipe out there. I don't know, because they're not all uniform, as you'll see on this side. They're a little bit smaller than they are on this side. They don't all seem to be uniform, so Hobie, if you're watching this, if you know if they're all hand filed or if it's CNC machine done. And then the bonus is there's file work on the inside. Nice and clean inside. Really nicely done knife. All right, let's take a look at it this way. You see it fits my hand perfect. It just locks right in there. Small blade, but I mean the force, I think you could get a lot done with that small blade. You'd have a lot of control, especially if you had to clean an animal. I mean, 2 inches is deep enough to, all you gotta do is slice the gut open. And of course, it's sharp. All your buck knives will come really sharp out of the box. And this is one thing Hobie had pointed out, that it's kind of a rough grind when they sharpen it, almost like saw teeth. Which, you know, some people don't like. I don't mind it. It's kind of like a edge that's in between a serration and a regular edge. And let's see, you got Buck Custom USA with the anvil. Just a well done knife. Now, like I said, I bought this to carry. However, I went out, and this would be if someone buys this, or if you guys buy this, this is something you may want to, this next part you may want to look at. It's a mid-lock, which is a bonus too, because you get to get a good grip on the knife. Really good action. Blade is centered. It's thin as compared to, let's just take a look at a Barlow. There's your Schrade 2-blade Barlow. And I've said before that I like a thin handle just because you know exactly where the edge is at all time. It's really easy to index the blade. Get your different grips. Let's take a look at the sheath. I spent $14 for the sheath, and you'll see it's made for their 500 series. There's a bunch of different knives with the part number in the 500s. This is the 532. Fits in there perfect. However, because the knife's so thin. Now, granted, I'm not going to be running around through the woods where it's going to rattle with my bad back. But I guess that could probably get a little annoying. And if you watch Hobie's channel, he bought a horizontal belt sheath to carry it in the horizontal position on his left side. Which probably would be the way to go. I don't mind that I bought this because I'm going to buy another knife from the Buck family. Maybe the 500, a vintage 500 Duke, if you guys ever seen one of those. But here's another option. Knives ship free. And you can carry it in your pocket. It ain't going nowhere. It will slide out a little bit, but that looks pretty nice that way too. So in closing, oops, knocking everything around here. In closing, what we'll do is just give you a visual reference with my two favorite lock blades. And now make it my three favorite lock blades. The big monster Buck 110. And the smaller, chunkier Puma 4-star, which is kind of right in line with the 532. As you'll see, the length of the handle is about the same, and the length of the blade is about the same, but the Buck is more of a slimline knife. So, my friends, until next time, peace. Bye-bye.